Your approach determines everything when it comes to Google Ads, so it kind of makes sense to get it right. And in the year of 2024, I spent over $15 million alone trying to figure out the best approach when it comes to Google Ads. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I found out when it comes to the best Google Ads approach so that you can apply it for your own e-commerce brand and scale. Now, keep in mind that this approach works regardless of the niche or industry your brand is in, but there are three different parts for this approach. The first part of this approach starts off on the front end level with your audience. Second part of this approach, which I call the middle end part, is where the algorithm comes into effect. And then the third and final part of this holistic approach with Google Ads, it's the back end with your returning customers. Now, let's start off with the front end of the perfect Google Ads approach, which is from the ad itself. Now, for the sake of this example, let's say I'm going on Google and I'm trying to buy a wooden chair. Now, the front end approach, which, in this situation, if I'm the front end portion of this approach, I'm the audience or the user looking for a product, this is the ad which is shown to me on the front end level. Now, what most brands get wrong is that most brands believe that this front end level with Google Ads, this is all about generating a sale. And this is far from the truth, because on the front end level, when I type in the keyword wooden chair, I'm looking for a wooden chair. I'm not looking for your brand's wooden chair, or for that matter of fact, I might not even have any brand in mind when it comes to this search, which I have done here, which means I'm not ready to buy. I'm basically educating myself on what's out there. Then this is where you're probably going around with your own approach, because you're portraying and you're displaying your ad, whether it's shopping, whether it's search, YouTube demand gen, you're making these ads with the intent of making the user buy right when they see the product. But as I just told you, I'm not ready to buy it because I don't know your brand or I don't know any of the other brands. So the front end level, it's not about generating a sale. It's about generating a click. This is why the metrics such as click-through rate, such as cost per link clicks, search impression share, click share, these metrics are so important on the front end level, because they're essentially telling you how willing a user is to even interact with your ad on the front end level or not. Because the main goal with your front end ad is not to get a sale, rather is to get as much high quality traffic as possible. You do this by having high perceived value. So in this situation, this fifth one right here does a very good job of capturing my attention because it's different from the rest, essentially stealing the impression share from these other competitors that I would have given to these other brands if they had done a better job. So this is all about first getting that impression on your ad, getting the user's eyeballs on your ad. At this point, I'm still not certain if I want to purchase, but there's a very good chance my click might end up going to this article brand right here, simply because they did the first portion right. They had high perceived value, the right product image with the right kinds of SEO, and everything in the back end as well, such as the Google Merchant Center reviews, any types of other information, etc. Because now, once that's in place, then we can move on to the algorithm level, which is the middle portion of this entire approach. So on the algorithm level, it's basically very, very technical. You want to satisfy the algorithm through things such as proper SEO techniques. You want to satisfy the algorithm through things such as having the right kinds of images and relevancy within your overall approach. You want to also satisfy the algorithm by having a proper landing page and fast and speedy landing page. This is now where we move on to the landing page side of things. So for example, let's say I like this article wooden chair and I want to basically go on to that specific brand's website and now look further into the products which they are selling. So for instance, let's say this one. Now, this is where the algorithm also needs to be satisfied, not only on the ad level, but on the landing page level itself. Because keep in mind, the algorithm is looking for things such as how much time your perfect user is spending on your landing page on your website. Are they just clicking in and then immediately exiting out, or are they staying there for a long period of time? And it's also tracking what buttons they're clicking on, if they're moving down the funnel in the right path, or they're coming onto your landing page and then they're going completely off the funnel into some other website or the home page, for example. So these are things the algorithm is looking at on a granular level, and essentially the landing page is now where it becomes all about converting that user. How do you do that? Essentially, you do that by introducing trust factors. You do that by having a speedy website, which makes your users want to interact with it and want to click around on it. You do that by inducing emotions and feelings of fear of missing out. This is exactly now where most brands either succeed or they scare away their audience members and completely lose them forever. This is what I see for a lot of the brands I work with under my agency, Your Marketing as well, which, by the way, if you run a brand doing $1 million a year, you need extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and scale your brand with Google Ads. But now, once the algorithm level is satisfied, once there's users actually converting, actually wanting to take some kind of positive action on your website, they now enter the third and final piece of the entire approach of the funnel, which is the back-end funnel, because now that audience member has turned into a real buying customer. So now the algorithm is satisfied, the front end portion is satisfied as well. But now to satisfy Google, so that basically you can scale using this approach, you want to get these folks which just converted to re-enter the funnel and get them to do other things, such as via retargeting ads, by offering new offers of products, or by doing upsells and downsells, all these things, and making them take this action via the Google Ads side of things, because now your algorithm is basically supercharged, and that's when you have the highest ad rank. That's when the algorithm prefers your ad much more than the others, even if they're bidding much higher than you. That's when you really start to win with Google Ads. So this is essentially where now you build a relation with the customer itself, but also you satisfy Google's internal algorithm. You basically give Google the best approach it could ever ask for. So to answer the question of what is the best Google Ads approach, is basically a circular funnel that keeps sending your ad account back quality data over and over again by taking the audience members through this 3-step process over and over again. It's really that simple. But again, if you run a brand doing $1 million a year or more, you need extra help scaling to the next level with Google, go to my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and make that happen.